After the announcement of a $50 PC port, Red Dead fans were disappointed by Rockstar yet again, as this PC port was no different than any other release of the game. No new textures, no graphical overhauls, no new content.
Some may think that this is no big deal, but after 15 years of being out, Red Dead Redemption deserves the love of a remaster.
But on the bright side, we did get an official PC release, which now gives modders the opportunity to create a new Red Dead experience that all the fans deserve. So with that being said, here are all the mods you need for Red Dead Redemption, in all of their own respective categories. First things first, we're going to go over the actual look of the game. Things that overhaul the textures, lighting, colors, weather, and overall aesthetics. There are a few mods that are great for this, such as reshades or really anything that upscales textures. A great reshade example is Vibrant Redemption, which breathes new life into the game with its high saturated colors. But if you're looking for something more on par with the look of Red Dead 2, your absolute best option for a reshade is RDR Reimagined. This completely changes the look of the game, reworking shadows, lighting, and overall image quality. It brings an insane amount of depth to the image with its post-processing. This reshade pairs greatly with the Reality Redemption project, which fine-tunes world details with upscales of many of the game's textures, improved models, and new weather cycles. These two mods paired together is pretty much all you'll need as far as visual overhauls go, but we've got far more to cover.
Next up, we're gonna overhaul the UI. The UI in Red Dead is great, but we can spice things up to give it a more modern and unique feel. And we're gonna start with the minimap. And our favorite mod for this is hand-drawn radar and icons. This mod changes the minimap to fit more with Red Dead's rugged aesthetic, while also giving it more personality. This mod also affects the actual map, giving it a warmer tone, more akin to Red Dead 2. We're also going to change the weapon wheel. The mod Colorized Weapon Wheel Icons gives the items some much needed color, while also making the icons higher quality, some even being ported straight from Red Dead 2. Last thing for the UI, we have the 2009 beta icons color. So about 16 years ago, Rockstar dropped some early screenshots of Red Dead, one of them showing the inventory. And we see that it sported red coloring for all the icons, and in its final release, it was changed to white. Some people look back on these screenshots and wish that we had gotten the red icons, since it matches pretty well with all of the game's other menus, and that's exactly what this mod does. But now that we've entirely changed the game's look, it's time we go over its fundamentals.
Alright, it's time to get to the heart of the game, that being its mechanics. But before we get into that, we need to talk about the Red Trainer mod. This is an absolute must-need for any Red Dead player. Let's be honest, if you're watching this video, odds are you've played through the game countless times. This mod will help you enhance your playthrough, allowing you to do pretty much anything you want, from teleporting to different parts of the map, to no-clipping, to changing the time, the weather, giving yourself money, spawning anything you want, and so on. You can even change the FOV of the camera if you're not a fan of how the regular camera looks. If you were to only get one mod for your game, this would be the mod to get. This mod is fantastic. Now as for core game mechanics, we're going to cover the gunplay, and we're going to start with Seki's weapon adjustments. Now, one of the biggest problems with Red Dead's gunplay is that a lot of the cover consists of wood, which are impenetrable from bullets. This, of course, is unrealistic, and this mod fixes that, allowing you to shoot enemies through wooden cover and thin metals. But it doesn't stop there. It adds a little bloom to some weapons, reducing the accuracy, making gunfights last longer and more realistic. Bullet trails have also been removed. Obviously, when you shoot a gun in real life, it's not going to leave a trail, at least not one as visible as it is in Red Dead. Lastly, it changes the names of the guns to the names of their real-life counterparts. Now, as for the people you're going to be shooting with these weapons, we have real impact, authentic ragdoll physics. Now, it's no secret to anyone that Red Dead Redemption features some of the greatest ragdoll physics literally of all time, with games struggling to match up even to this day. And this mod tunes them to perfection. Enemies drop instantly when shot in the head. A shot to the leg will always make the enemies limp, and shooting both legs will always disable the legs. Shots to the arms will always result in the enemies dropping their weapons, and death animations are overall more fluid and realistic. Next, we're going to tweak the fist fights with the Better Brawling mod. Now, fist fights in Red Dead can last forever, which can get annoying, but with this mod enabled, knocking out your opponent can lead to many new scenarios, such as death, fatal injuries, disorientation, or flat out quitting the fight, accepting defeat. Now, if you're wondering how to install some of these mods, don't worry, we'll get to all that in good time.
Right, so when it comes to the customization using mods, there are a plethora of options, some of which include outfits from Red Dead 2, recoloring of already existing outfits, retextures and switched out components, and the Undead Nightmare horses ported to the main game. All of these mods are able to be found on nexusmods.com, and we encourage you to go through and pick the outfits you want, but you may be wondering how to even put these in the game, and we're going to show you one of the ways to do so. You're going to need an application called Magic RDR. Once you have that and the outfit you want, you're going to go over to File, click Open, go over to your Red Dead game directory, click Game, then open up maprez.rpf. Once you do that, you can now drag the texture you downloaded into maprez. Click Replace, then Save, and then there you go. You've successfully replaced a texture in Red Dead. Now keep in mind, this is just how you replace textures. Modding other things into the game is a little different, but still extremely easy. We'll leave tutorials in the description, but if you want us to make a full in-depth video about how to mod Red Dead, let us know in the comments below.
Alright, so we've gone over the meat and bones of the mods. Now we're going to cover some mods that aren't necessarily needed, but are pretty cool, and I thought I might as well put them on the list. The first actually is pretty useful. It's called No Intro, and it simply just removes the Rockstar and 011 intros when you open the game, making it faster to load into your save. Next we have Free Camera RDR. This mod is the tool that allows you to get cinematic footage or screenshots of anything you want. If you're a YouTuber or an in-game photographer, this tool will be extremely useful to you. And this is the same mod we use to gather all of our cinematic footage. This mod allows you to zoom in and out, roll the camera, change the weather and time, which basically controls the lighting, and you can even freeze time. This mod even works while you're in cutscenes, but you're not able to freeze time while in a cutscene, unfortunately. Next up, we have the smoking mod, which is pretty simple. All it does is allow you to smoke anytime you want. This is good for getting some cool footage or screenshots. Next we have the drivable car mod. Now with the Red Trainer you can spawn in a car, but without this mod the car is basically a glorified paperweight. This mod makes the car actually function, allowing you to drive around. Though the controls are a little different, it's not like GTA where WASD controls the car, it's more like riding a horse, using the shift button as basically the gas pedal, while control is reverse. You can even hit drive-bys while in this car. Next we have the first person mod. Still being a work in progress, it's a little janky, but when it works, it gives you an entirely new perspective on the world of Red Dead. Like I said, all of the basic functions look a little janky, but simply going around and exploring the map is enjoyable. And again, this mod is a work in progress, but I think it's worth keeping up with to see what the final product will eventually look like. Now for the final mod on this list, we have RDR MP, which adds multiplayer into the game. When Rockstar made the new gen and PC ports, they decided to completely cut the multiplayer mode from the game. That's another reason why people were upset about the $50 price tag. We can't even enjoy the game with our friends. But with this mod, it's now possible again. Now this mod is in an alpha state, so things might not work the way you want it to, but once this mod is finished, it'll be a major treat for the Red Dead community. I believe the end goal here is to create some sort of 5M or Red M type of experience for Red Dead 1, which I think is really cool, and I genuinely cannot wait to see what comes out of this mod in the future. Huge shout out to the people working on this. But that brings us to the end of our list. Now, if there's a cool mod that I missed, don't hesitate to let us know in the comments down below. Again, huge shout out to everyone who worked really hard on these mods. You can go and support them by going and downloading the mods, and you can find them all on nexusmods.com. The link is in the description. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed yourself, be sure to leave a like and a subscription, and I hope to see you again in one of the next videos. And with that being said, thank you again, and have a zonkin' wonkin' day.